to talk about writing and solving inequalities. Before we get started, we need to talk about what does inequalities mean. Anybody have any thoughts? Okay, that's right. Inequalities, if we look in here, we see the word equal. Okay, inequalities means things that are not equal. So we're going to be dealing with writing and solving equations that are not equal. So our first example we have is Emma needs to score at least 83 on her next social studies test to earn an A in the class. We are going to write an inequality to represent the situation. So our first step is we're going to choose a variable. So let's let S equal the score Emma needs to get on her test. Second step we need to do is we need to choose the inequality symbol that would fit. Okay, over here are the different symbols that we're going to be using. So we have the less than or fewer than sign, the less than or equal to or at most sign, we have the greater than or more than sign, and we have the greater than or equal to or at least sign. So if we need Emma to score at least 83, we are going to use the inequality symbol greater than or equal to. Step 3, we need to now write the inequality. So we start with S for the score and the needs, and it needs to be greater than or equal to 83. So S greater than or equal to 83 is our inequality. And then we need to make sure that the inequality expresses the situation. So the solution set is all numbers greater than or equal to 83. This means that Emma must score an 83 or higher on the test to earn an A in the class. The inequality S is greater than or equal to 83 expresses that situation. Alright, so let's have you try one now. Your question is, Todd caught a fish that weighed less than 12 pounds. Write an inequality to represent the situation. Okay, next we're going to use this example. Are any of the following numbers in the solution set of the inequality x plus 78 less than or equal to 115? So just like we did with the equations, we're given 3 possible solutions, and we are going to plug those in. So step 1, we're going to substitute 28, which is our first number, for x in our inequality. So here's our equation. We are going to plug in our 28, and then just like with the equations, we had the equal sign with a question mark. This time we have the less than or equal to with the question mark. So we're trying to find out, is 28 plus 78 less than or equal to 115? Then we simplify the left side. So 28 plus 78, we get 106. So we have to look. 106 is less than or equal to 115. So the inequality is true. 28 is a solution. Then we go to our next number for step 2. So this time we're going to substitute in 37 for x. We have 37 plus 78 is less than or equal to 115. So we need to decide if that's true. When we add those together, we get 115. 115 is less than or equal to 115. So the inequality is true since 115 is equal to 115. 37 is also a solution. And then the next step, we're substituting in our last number. So we're substituting in 41. So here we've substituted in for x, 41 plus 78. Does it equal to or is it less than 115? When we add 41 plus 78 and simplify it, we get 119. 119 is not less than or equal to 115, so the inequality is not true because it's actually greater than. So 41 is not a solution for this equation, inequality. So 28 and 37 are solutions for the inequality. 78, x plus 78 is less than or equal to 115. Okay, here's another example. Solve the inequality, and then we're going to graph the solution. 4n is less than, greater than 12. So our first step is we're going to use the inverse operation to solve the inequality. So here's our inequality. We have the operation of multiplication here, so the opposite of that would be to divide. So we're going to take 4n divided by 4, and we're going to take 12 divided by 4. We're going to divide both sides. When we do that, the 4's cancel each other out, and we're left with n, and 12 divided by 4 gives us 3. Our next step is we're going to check this. We're going to check our solution set. So the solution set is all numbers greater than 3. So we're just going to pick a number. So I'm going to use 4. I just picked that random number. And I'm going to plug it in to my inequality. So number side by side needs to multiply. So I'm going to multiply 4 times 4, because that's the number I picked. And I'm going to see, is it greater than 12? So when I simplify that, 4 times 4 is 16. 16 is greater than 12. So that means that it is true. So now we're going to graph it. First step 3. We're going to graph the solution on a number line. You can draw a number line, or if you have one like this, we're going to use it. An open circle around a number means that the value is not in the solution set, meaning there's not an equal to part to it. A closed circle around a number means that the value is in the solution set. So it means that if it says 3 greater than or equal to 3, you would include the 3. So if we're looking at our inequality, since we have n is greater than 3, 3 is not part of it because it does not have equal to with it. So we draw an open circle around the 3, and then we shade an arrow to the right because that says anything greater than 3 is in our solution set. Okay, so it's your turn. We are going to graph the solution to 4n is greater than or equal to 12 and 4n is greater than 12. Okay, so we're going to graph both of those, and then I want you to tell me how are the graphs different.